Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2015, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, lots of discussion around there being a Panda update. That was discussion over the weekend, a lot of chatter, a lot of evidence of there being a major update around certain sites that might have been hit by Panda, no longer being hit by Panda or seeing a nice boost. Google has specifically said it was not Panda. Google said specifically there was no update. Google said this multiple times, saying there was absolutely no update. I honestly suspect it probably was not related to Panda. I probably suspect it has to do with Google updating one of their core search algorithms, not their web spam algorithms. Somewhat like when we uncovered that Hummingbird was launched, and Google, when they launched Hummingbird, they said they launched Hummingbird a month ago and nobody noticed. And in fact, they launched Hummingbird. We actually timestamped 3 different types of updates where Google said there was no updates. And I think this is probably similar in that case, but definitely a lot of sites out there saw either a ranking boost or decline over the weekend. And there's still this chatter going on right now. And of course, I just toyed around with Gary he's a real fun guy. He's works at Google, and I toyed around with Gary asking him, was there an update, just because even after the statement, because he's like, you know, people shouldn't focus on just Panda or Penguin, they should focus on the whole algorithm and make your site much, much better, not just on isolated issues. And Gary was fun enough to actually go ahead and tweet out this response. In any event, Google for the first time, even though this was pretty much known, but Google for the first time went on record saying that there's actually more searches done on mobile devices, Apple Watches, no, on mobile devices, like iPhones or Android phones, than on desktop, specifically in the US, Japan, and a total of 10 countries. Google would not specify which other countries were involved, but they said, in fact, more Google searches take place on mobile devices than on computers in 10 countries, including the US and Japan. Again, mobile friendly is that important. Talking about mobile friendly, Google's John Mueller this morning talked about why it might have been that it appears that the mobile friendly algorithm wasn't as significant. And Google announced that they said this is going to be a significant update. Why it didn't appear to be as significant as Google may have come across to be. And of course, all this mobile get-in stuff, the get-in stuff, was kind of blown up into a whole world, and people were expecting the worst. Of course, also, Google said that this is going to be larger than Panda and Penguin, and it didn't seem to be the case, at least from a webmaster point of view. So John answered this in 2 ways in the video at the 12-20 minute mark, basically saying that one, for the niche categories or industries that you're in, maybe a lot of those sites are mobile friendly already, so that's why you didn't see much of an impact if you're looking at your specific query case. And 2, that a lot of sites that they didn't expect to go mobile friendly actually did go mobile friendly. So when Google's looking at this, like in February when they announced the algorithm, they said, oh, there's a number of sites that are not mobile friendly and there's going to be a bigger impact. When all these sites switched over those course of the next few months, they actually noticed that, oh, it's going to be less of an impact because a lot of sites moved over. So that's John answering it. You definitely want to watch that video to see how he actually answered that. Talking about that, also John also noted, and also Gary Ills, which I covered over here, that Google probably will go ahead and make tweaks to their mobile-friendly algorithm going forward. One, they'll probably incorporate different things like page speed, specifically around mobile and not desktop. Now again, I said this before, page speed is only calculated on the desktop website, not on your mobile website, and that probably will change in the future. Also looking at interstitials and other factors around the mobile-friendly algorithm. They might even dial that up, John Mueller said this morning, so we'll see what happens with that. Big news on the Webmaster Tools end. Google has updated and revamped or released the Google Search Queries. Remember the Google Search Queries report? We said it was being replaced by the Google Search Analytics report, which was initially launched as the alpha under the Search Impact report. So now that has been launched to everybody. Everybody has access to it under Google Webmaster Tools. You can actually gain access to it now. One thing you should note, the Search Query report is going to go away within the next few months. And it's going to be completely replaced by the Search Analytics report. I've heard some complaints, but mostly very, very positive around this new Search Analytics report. in Webmaster Tools. SEOs are getting ready for the new Twitter integration in Google. Twitter CEO announced actually that it's going to be rolled out this month in May. Google would never say something like that, but obviously Twitter's CEO is more open with saying things. And I actually have some screenshots of Google actually testing this. Google confirmed that these are the tests showing tweets in the Google search results and the mobile search results specifically, the carousel look, and so forth. So definitely SEOs are looking to how they can actually benefit and start using that. Google is actively working on making better search results in foreign languages, specifically being better able to understand other languages, and they're actually actively working this now. So if you see any issues specific around this, definitely reach out to John Mueller or Gary Ills or any of these Google Webmaster Trends analysts, because they want that feedback in order to make their search results better. I think it might have to do with making Panda more widespread across other languages, not just English and Japanese and other languages, but around other languages as well. And it could be also around synonyms and how Google handles Webmaster Tools related data around languages. John Mueller announced this week, or said this week, that the emojis will stop showing in the near future in the search results. So a couple weeks ago we covered that Google started showing emoji characters in the desktop results, not just the mobile results. They've been doing the mobile results for years and years, since 2012. I'm honestly surprised Google had it for that long. And they said this week, after Expedia and other places started to abuse it on some level or test it out, they said, you know what, we're going to actually start removing them from the search results. The question is when, and I'm not exactly sure when that's going to happen. Let me just do a quick search in Google now, live. So I'm on an iPad, so it still might show. But either way, Google said they're probably going to remove from the desktop results soon. I don't know if that's going to relate to mobile or tablets results, but they are going to remove it from the desktop results soon, so focus on other things. Google announced also yesterday that they actually added into the Google My Business Center the ability for certain places like restaurants and doctors and so forth to actually enable people to interface their profile, the Google Map result profile, with a service that lets them make online scheduling, like appointments, or as well as food delivery, like pizza delivery and other things. So Bing announced this a few months ago, and now Google has offered this as well. It's linking to third-party websites that offer that type of integration. Google Local also added another feature, or I haven't seen this myself, but basically the ability to bookmark or star actual local results that come up in the web results. Sorry, sneeze. In any event, when the picture comes up, things are very slow on this iPad. I probably have to upgrade it. Everything just loads very slowly on this thing. In any event, here it comes. So if you do a search, you'll see eventually, as the result comes down, a little star icon over here, which lets you click on it, and when you click on that, it will obviously make that star go yellow or gold, and actually add that to your Google My Places listing, so you can actually go ahead and get to it later. Google's John Mueller announced this morning said this morning that in the XML sitemap feed, the data points for priority and change frequency actually doesn't play much of a role at all in Google's crawlability of your website. Instead, Google says use the timestamp in the sitemap file and don't bother waste your time with a change frequency or priority, because again, people just put stuff in there and didn't really make sense and so forth. So make sure your timestamp is accurate. Don't worry about using the priority and change frequency. This is interesting. This morning in the Google Hangout, again with John Mueller, I had SEO come in. We had an SEO come in there from Walmart.com complain about certain things about Google not being able to crawl properly or block certain content they want to block. So it's interesting to see even major brands like Walmart having to use normal webmaster channels to contact Google about these issues. Definitely take a look at that. It was a pretty interesting conversation. If you are into large sites, you should definitely listen to that video part, that snippet, and I've included that snippet there. Plus, big news from Apple. They actually confirmed, even though there's a lot of evidence out there that they had this, they have actually a web crawler named Applebot. Apple specifically said it's around including data for using their products, specifically around Apple Siri or Spotlight suggestions on your desktop or whatever. And obviously this might be evidence that they're actually working to replace Google or Bing as default search operator on their iPad and Macs and try to do search on their own, which would be, I think, pretty cool. Finally, if you missed the past month of what happened in Google, I have it all recapped over here in the May 2015 Google Webmaster Report. It only covers webmaster SEO related topics over the past month, and I do this every month to catch people up. Definitely take a look at that. I'm not going to review it here, but I go into that in detail. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to the Search Buzz Radio Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and today is May 8th, 2015. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.